Fitin10 Nation, welcome to day 26 of the fall 2024 Fitin10 Challenge. And I am your coach, Mark. For those of you who don't know, if you happen to be watching this video and you're not part of the challenge, I do a video every so often throughout the challenge to answer some questions, address concerns, and help to educate and motivate those who are in the challenge. So without further ado, let's get into this video. Today's theme, being that it's day 26, is, because everybody expects these massive changes to happen over, the first 2-3 weeks. And, you're never going to get massive changes with moderate change. You will get massive change. You can get massive change, especially in your body weight, if you do extreme changes. But this is not sustainable, and this is not, it's not going to be very supportive to your long-term success. Okay, so I'm speaking more specifically here in terms of doing drastic things such as major reduction in calories or the addition of a lot of exercise. These things typically, especially major reduction in calories, is not going to be conducive to, helping you to lose weight in the long term. So you can't expect to make major change. You can expect change, but not major change in the first number of weeks. All right. Measuring meats cooked or raw. Please remember this. When you cook meat, you are losing moisture. And so while the amount of protein doesn't change, the weight will change. So if you take 4 ounces of meat raw and you cook it to about average cooking level, you don't overcook it or undercook it for that matter, you're going to lose about 25% moisture. So 4 ounces will become 3 ounces. Okay, but it'll still be the same amount of protein. You're just losing water out of that. So be careful between raw and cooked options when you're entering this into MyFitnessPal. Just make sure you find the option that represents either cooked or raw. And if you're unsure, or if it doesn't say it, it's probably raw. And if you're still unsure, you can always send it to me and I can, give you some verification on whether it seems accurate or not. Okay, so just coming back actually to not seeing enough results in the first couple of weeks. I've had people in this challenge who have lost 4, 5, 6 pounds of fat, not weight. Okay, this is weight obviously, but specifically it's estimated fat mass, because that's what we're doing here is, so for those of you who are unfamiliar, if you're watching this video, we have people step on a smart scale. It gives an estimated amount of body fat. And of course we do check-ins throughout the challenge, multiple check-ins. And we compare, obviously, the initial assessment with the corresponding assessments as we go through to see the amount of change in estimated fat loss. Weight is great, but it doesn't tell us the whole picture, so we are looking for total fat loss. So people in this challenge who are losing 4, 5, 6 pounds, there's people who've lost more than that of fat in the first 3 weeks. Okay, what's reasonable? Well, losing a pound of fat per week is not unreasonable by any means, and that's going to be about a 3 pound difference. So some people who are losing, 3 or 4 pounds are complaining that, why am I not losing more? I'm not really making any change. And this is major change. And you have to think about it as, let's say you're losing a pound of fat per week. If you look at this over 10 weeks, 20 weeks, 30 weeks, it really starts to add up. And it is all about a little bit, day after day, week after week, that adds up and makes a big difference and allows you to continue to lose as you make progress throughout the challenge. Remember, if you do extreme, you're going to do things to make your body more energy efficient. And we want the body to be energy inefficient, okay? And one of those things, among the many, is loss of lean body mass. So we want to maintain lean body mass as much as possible. We need to do this a couple of ways. One, we keep the calories relatively, high, not high, but moderate. Okay, so there's not a major calorie deficit. And 2, we keep up with the resistance training, right? Okay, types of magnesium for sleep. So there's all kinds of magnesiums. Magnesium will not exist on its own. It needs to be bound to an amino acid or some type of substrate. And so what are the best ones for sleep? Well, probably the best ones for sleep, I say probably because there could be others that I am unaware of, but some of the best ones that I know of for sleep specifically are magnesium taurate, magnesium glycerophosphate, magnesium malate, magnesium glycinate, and magnesium biglycinate. So, any of those 5 will be really good for helping you to sleep. In addition to this, having things like glycine, the amino acid glycine before bed, having L-theanine, which is another amino acid, and having inositol will be helpful as well. There's a great product by HP Labs called Yin Reserve, really good at helping you to relax and get a deeper sleep. If you're interested in that, I have that. Let me know and I can get it to you, deliver it to you. Well, maybe not me personally, but I will get it to you. All you have to do is just order it through me. Okay, so leave a message in this video, or if you're in my challenge, of course, you can just send me a message through Slack. What about foods? Foods that will help you to sleep. Well, we've got foods such as almonds, turkey, kiwi, salmon, white rice, bananas, oatmeal, and cottage cheese. Okay, all of those foods before sleep will help you to get a better night's sleep. All right, get a more restful, deeper sleep. Okay, how are we doing here for time? 7 minutes. What else do we have on today's docket? I think that is all for this video. So, by the way, I put up in Slack a question, or I put up a recent post. I put up a post today about any questions you may have for these videos. So if you want me to address certain topics in more detail, let me know, and just put them up in Slack. I wrote it in the, it's under the general channel. So list any of your questions, any and all questions, concerns, or any topics that you want me to go through in greater detail, and I will do this, okay? All right, message of the day. This is a really important one. Most people overestimate what they can achieve in the short term, yet they underestimate what they can achieve in the long term. Okay, so I'll say it again. Most people overestimate what they can achieve in the short term and underestimate what they can achieve in the long term. Remember, we want to think about sustainability, right? I mean, it's great to lose a lot of fat in this challenge. Obviously, that's one of the goals we have, to lose a good amount of fat. 30% of our fat mass is the goal. Unless you are extremely overweight, then we obviously scale that back a little bit. But 30% of your fat mass or 24 pounds, whichever comes first. Okay, that is the goal of this challenge. But ultimately, you want to seek out those habits and think about moderation when it comes to weight loss, okay, or weight maintenance, because ultimately we have to be able to sustain what we do. There's no such thing as following a diet and then just ending that diet and doing whatever after that you want to do, and then sustaining or maintaining the results that you achieved from the prior diet. So you've got to think about what is sustainable for you. Okay, now part of this involves making some lasting changes to your lifestyle. Okay, you've got to implement some changes which can be uncomfortable into your lifestyle, but ultimately these are not changes that are impossible to do, or are going to put you in, going to make you tired or injured, or are going to be excessively hard. They're just more hard in the sense of being organized and responsible when it comes to planning yourself for the days ahead or weeks ahead. So things like food planning, making sure you're getting in all your classes, and of course your cardio. All of this is just checking off the boxes every day, right? All right, positive energy, positive vibes, believe in yourself, and for the love of God, give some gratitude, and we will talk to you all very soon.